Hey guys, it's Ashlena. Welcome back to my channel. So I have a patron request for the warning, which is super fitting for this week. And Richard Shirley wanted me to do the documentary for Tidal Rising. Now, I thought very hard about this. I'm like, should I do it this week? Like, shouldn't I just focus on the songs? And I figured, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do as much as we can. I have a ton of videos coming this week. I'm just editing when I can. But I'm very excited to watch this, so let's get into it. I am going to mute my microphone a lot during this just because I am not feeling well. Like, I feel fine, but the problem is that I have a little bit of a cold and like I feel completely fine. I just have my voice is off. I think I maybe just have been talking too much, let's be real. And I feel a little gross, so I'm clearing my throat a lot and nobody wants to hear that. So I'm gonna mute when I can, chat when I can. Let's watch.
We obviously started playing here in Mexico. We're Mexicans, we're from Mexico. So our first shows were always here in our home and then just across the country. And I feel like we've seen it grow over the years and how we started and just our crowd. And it makes me so excited that people my age are looking for this energy and like this music specifically. There aren't a lot of female-led rock bands, only woman rock bands. So she started working as a young teen, a kid. Mm-hmm. We didn't even start out as women. Like, we started out as little girls in this industry. Children, literally. Yes. It involves a lot, and we were doing it with our parents. Like, we were pretty protected. Like, they supported us so much. They got us into lessons. Like, they bought us our instruments. Like, they give us the liberty to like really concentrate on music.
Because imagine you're like just a teenager, maybe 13, and you want to do this, but of course there's tons of different things that you want to try out and do. So like sticking with it was also hard, you know.
Band started out as a 5-member band. Our parents are part of the band. Right now, obviously, our family has grown a bit more, like with our team, our management, and everyone that works with us. But as we keep on working, that is always like the center of everything, and everyone we start working with starts feeling like family, because we've always had that vibe. Like we've learned how to be like disciplined and responsible and like level-headed. And I feel like that's really important for the industry that we're in. Mm-hmm. So a big hug to mom and dad for everything.
What we think really got us into this energetic music and rock and roll was definitely the Rock Band, the video game. We loved to play that game, and it was so fun that we just like looked at the screen and we just, we want to do that. I told my dad, like, I want to play the guitar, and he's like, are you sure? And I was like, of course. By the first week, my fingers hurt so much that I was like, please, no. But I fell in love with it, and there was no going back.
It's the worst when you start playing guitar, your hands get so sore. I have no feeling in my fingertips, and I hardly play my guitar anymore. It's like numb.
I've been playing for 13 years. I don't like that number, but okay, 13 years. And, well, I've been playing since I was a little kid. I would always play on the drums, like the toy drums. And I remember I really liked hitting things. So it was like a perfect match for me. And my dad saw that I had really good coordination. And he asked me like, hey, like, are you up for lessons? Like, do you want to give it a shot? And I was like, yeah. Nobody wanted to give me lessons. I looked like a toddler.
I mean,
and I was super
short.
short. Like, playing the drums, it didn't look very, very promising for me. But I met one teacher and I had like a test class. And the teacher was like, oh, leave her with me. Like, she'll be good. Like, let's do this.
My parents bought me my first bass, and of course I was really young and really short, and I couldn't play a full-scale bass, so they bought me a smaller bass, which I have right here.
Right there.
Yeah, it's really small, and I still couldn't play that, and I learned for about a month, and then we started playing together immediately. So I didn't really have like that much time to get used to my instrument before we started playing together.
Wow.
Okay, wait. I know that this isn't part of it. I'm going to ask you a question.
Do it.
Because it's like,
Do it.
Because I know this isn't my place, but I will. Because there's a lot of people who tell you like, why don't you play with a pick? Because normally rock music is just like, but you like from the start.
I
was
always
like
play with my
finger
fingers.
style.
I know how to play with a pick now, and I really do like the sound of it. But I don't know, I just always played with my fingers, and I do feel more comfortable with my fingers, even though I do play more on time with a pick. It's weird. It does hurt more though, but
I get it. It's like when I play without shoes and when I play with shoes.
I
get it. Turning point in our careers. Like, we did our Enter Sandman cover, which went viral, but I feel like the point where we were like, we really want to do this like for the rest of our lives was when we started writing our own music and releasing our own stuff. That was like, whoa, like we can create something, put it out in the world, and people react to it. It was just something that we really liked and looked forward to. So now that we're doing what we do today, like I just feel like it's a thing that really keeps us going, our music. Of course, like any type of siblings, like we have our disagreements and our little fights and stuff like that, but we get along really well.
We know each other so well that we know how to make it work.
Exactly. And in the second that we start writing music, everything just flows really nicely. Like, I don't know what to call it except like sibling magic. Escape the Mind, those were our first compositions ever. That was our first time writing. I was like 12, Sandy was 14, and I was 9. We were children.
Wow.
But it was the moment where we really fell in love with music and like what we wanted to do. Like, creating something was just such a powerful experience.
And you know, it was such a key thing, I think, personally, that we were not thinking about will people like it, because we were not going to release it. We were not even going to record it. It was not going to be a thing. So we just literally wrote from our 14-year-old hearts.
And on walk onto the very top and alright.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
And then we jump into our first album, 21st Century Blood. And it was weird because some of the compositions that are in 21st Century Blood were written in the same time as Escape the Mind. But there was this very big leap we gave with this song that we made called Free Falling.
I haven't heard any of these songs.
It was the first song we actually wrote
together.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you know, it was also a big thing that we started like looking for outside inspiration. We really like what's happening in the world that we can write about.
And more than anything, like we read so much and we consume a lot of media, as any Gen Z teen does. So we were constantly getting inspired by other stories that we were hearing. So 21st Century Blood was like, we felt like it was our first step. You know, like, okay, we're a band now. This is our album.
And nothing will change. I'm crashing through space.
And one thing that I really like that we do, we really looked for what the song needed. We were like, okay, so what if this is a song with only piano, violins, and stuff like that? Like, we didn't focus on, oh, we have to be rock. We just focused on the energy that went into the song. So if you hear our music, sometimes it will be very varied within the same album.
That's good to know. Oh my god, there's like children
But then
screaming
Queen of the
for them.
Murder
That's
Scene
amazing.
comes. It's our second album, and Queen of the Murder Scene. I was in middle school. I started going through my emo phase, so you can hear clearly there how that shift and like I'm angsty now.
I need to do a full album reaction to this album.
These songs and these albums like grew with us. It's
Yeah.
literally, you can see like the change
Yeah,
in
you can feel the
personality.
Yeah,
Our
and
music.
Queen of the Murder Scene is a concept album. It tells a story.
A novel.
It was like a novel, and it was a really different process writing songs to fit a narrative and a plot.
It was really hard.
It was hard because we had some, and then we had to add like the filler episodes, but we didn't want them to feel like filler songs. So we really had to put meaning into every single little part. But I was like really into this idea of making it a whole album about this story.
Yeah.
And when I told them about it, they were like, "What?
Why is there blood everywhere?"
Why?"
Oh my
I was like,
God.
"Please hear me out."
We had to change
So much.
like a
the
lot of the
story.
storyline because it wasn't
It wasn't
that
like
much
that.
of a storyline.
It was
Yeah,
just like murder.
Yeah.
But at
Oh,
the
I
same
can't wait to
time,
listen to this album.
I was getting into K-pop.
Oh my god,
So
stop.
we took the emo face K-pop like express line, right?
Yeah.
So you can hear a lot of influences in there that maybe you don't pinpoint them as such, but for us it's really apparent like which phases we were going
That key
through.
change into the
Those
one.
key
Like,
changes, those harmonies, like it was all very K-pop-y for us.
it's a thing that we also love to do. That as we start learning new ways of doing this, we just like, okay, what's the next thing that we can try out with our music?
Yeah.
So
And
it's very
in
fun.
Queen of the Murder Scene, it was key changes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was
Definitely.
change the key.
That was a theme.
Oh yeah, this is way heavier than the stuff I've been listening to. It's more metal.
Coming from Queen of the Murder Scene, things are really different now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like we really grew as people,
Even
as
more.
musicians.
Like
Right,
from
'cause
those two.
We're going through our teenage years. Of course, you grow a lot from one year to another,
Mm-hmm.
and you start living different experiences and stuff like that. So I feel like this third album is personal.
Yeah.
Like it talks more about our feelings or situations that are close to us, or our opinions on certain situations.
This song is epic. It's just epic.
Evolve was one of the
can't.
songs
That is such
that
a
we
good
started
song.
writing together, and we had music first
Yeah.
before lyrics and melody. It's usually the other way around. So the three of us were in this room,
Yes,
and Danny
right
and Ale
here.
were like playing, like getting the riff, and I was like, let me write a melody really quickly for the verse and just like put some lyrics on there. And I was like, hey, that's a
Let's
good
go ahead.
line.
That's a cool
I'm not in
line.
danger, I'm the danger.
do feel that it encases what this new album represents for us, the changes that we went through as musicians, as people, and in writing, because we saw things differently. Like right now, we really concentrated on adding a lot of like new harmonies and how like the bass and the drums were going to play together and then differently at the same time.
Like there is so much room to grow, and we always enter these situations like with big wondrous eyes. Like we're gonna learn today. What are we gonna learn now?
What's gonna happen now?
You got this view. Hey, everybody.
Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo bueno para gozar. Mulata, pam 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 pam.
Yeah.
Definitely performing our songs live is a totally different universe. Like we treat it as such, even ourselves. We know it's nothing like recording in a studio, but it's so much fun. You're like directly sharing and expressing to the people who are watching you.
And I feel like our past albums, we try to grab like the sound, like how we sound live into our recordings, and we never really
we have never accomplished
that until like
this
third album.
I've already collapsed, so I'll just drown my sorrows in a non-existent world.
We put in a lot of hard work into our live shows. We really plan everything out, and we practice it a lot.
And even our movements, like if you see us playing in our early stages of the band, we're just like statues. And that's something that we actually worked on consciously. It's like how to play, being able to like jump around and bring more energy to the show.
Like we make fun of each other while we're on stage.
And I know like I shouldn't really be like saying this, but even when we mess up, we're like, oh, you messed up. Like,
we just look at each other like you messed up.
I love that.
When we play a show in our country and in our home city, it's just absolutely amazing.
Actually, our last show that we played was in Mexico City, and we hadn't been to Mexico City in a long time.
Yeah.
So coming back and seeing that we had more fans, like there were a lot of people watching us. It was just insane. It was one of the
so
best
cool.
shows
People
we've ever
like
had.
screaming our songs. We actually have like a video where you hear everyone singing on top of like it's
you
love
can't
that.
hear us.
So excited, I'm getting chill bumps. Oh my god.
Mexico
Major
really
chills.
has something very
a
special.
big scene
Like-
of energetic people
Yeah,
ready
people are
for
really
metal.
passionate about
Yeah.
music in general here in Mexico, and the crowds are always really energetic.
Like this energy that they transmit, you just can't help but give it back. It's really about making like a personal connection of what you want to transmit through your instrument. Cause I look at our past videos, like our covers,
No.
and I'm like, no, what are you doing? But we were so young, we were starting out, so it's okay. But I feel like that's a really nice thing. Looking back and seeing how much you've improved, how much you've grown.
Yeah.
A veces las cosas obvias son las más difíciles de ver. Te asfixiaste con tus propias manos. Cuando todo apunta que por fin alguien te viene a rescatar, te encuentras nuevamente abandonado.
I don't want to watch this because I haven't seen the music videos yet.
At the end of the day, like, there's a goal. and there's something that you want to reach. And it's really about putting in a lot of work.
And just also be very conscious that the people who work around you are different, are going through different things and will think differently than you. There's no one that will think exactly like you. So taking things with a grain of salt and not taking things personal for it to ruin like your experience is a key thing. As sisters, we really have like that separate, our working selves and our sister selves.
These stereotypes or these stigmas, like we've seen it in places we've played in festivals and stuff like that. Like the treatment is really different to like other bands, like male bands. But we see that change after like
we play.
Yeah, we play, and then like people's faces completely change, and like everyone's just so excited.
Which is fun to see because they remind themselves that it doesn't matter who is playing, their age, whatever it is. It's about the music.
Music is the language. It doesn't matter like where you're from, like what language you speak, like anything. Like music is
the language.
The end? Oh no. Okay, that was really great. That was super helpful in kind of getting to know like their personalities, how they started, what really got them into music. I'm just so impressed by these girls. I feel like they are the epitome of hard work and just fucking working, really. Just hard work. Like, I know a lot of bands, and a lot of bands who I'm saying are smaller bands, they don't put in that type of work. They don't practice their craft. They don't continuously write. They don't continuously tour. They don't do these things that they've been doing. And it's funny because all it took for them was to have, a viral YouTube video, but then it's just like, no, they didn't stop there. They literally went to, the Berklee Music School, thanks to Ellen, of course, but whatever. But it's not like Ellen gave them their talent. She just gave them an opportunity. That video gave them an opportunity to better themselves as musicians. And look at them now. They're literally adults now. And they are insanely good. Like, insanely good. I said this in another video. Like, I think I found this band at the perfect time because they're in like their peak, and I'm not saying the peak is going to drop. I'm saying it's going to continue going up, but I found them in their peak because they're literally, they have so many albums out, but this album is so like a more adult, and I think I probably would have been like, they're okay when they were younger, because like I don't want to listen to kids playing instruments. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter how good they are. Like, even watching the Enter Sandman, like, my reaction was shocking, but it wouldn't make me go, oh, I'm going to go follow them. It's like, I'll wait till they're older and see where they're at. Like, I think I would have done that anyway, so I'm really glad that I actually found them at this time. Especially because they're coming to Toronto on Sunday. It was perfect timing. I am so excited to see them live. I can't wait to do a live reaction, hopefully. The following Monday, I'm going to do a live stream about my, what I thought of the show, maybe throw in some clips, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm super stoked. I think that was the best video I could have watched to really understand the history and understand why they love this so much, and just like shows how like down to earth and nice they are. They seem like really nice people. And that's all that matters. And I love that they thank their family. Like, I just love that. So again, Richard, thank you so much for your patron request. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to it. If you would like to become a patron, you can join us. I have a bunch of different tiers that you could join, but if you can't, it's all good. You can subscribe, like, comment, and Sometimes I take requests in the comments. Obviously, I put my patrons first, but I will take a request once in a while down there. So if you want to, feel free. If you want to know what's coming up on my channel next, you can go on my Instagram. If you want to see me open some vinyls, you can do that on TikTok. And that's about it. The countdown is on, guys. It's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday. I'm not sure when this video is going up, but today is Wednesday. 4 more days until I see The Warning live for the first time ever. And I've only known about this band for 11 days. And they're becoming literally my favorite band. Madness. I hope you guys have the best day. See ya.